wife came home after her morning run. The usually lazy husband came out smelling like sweat. She didn't know that the house was a mess. This is all an illusion created by her husband. Usually he is a sloppy geek to the extreme, but the real him is actually a master of ninja family. Every morning after his wife leaves the house, he starts training. He is a master of shuriken. On the surface, he is an employee of a courier company, but when the time comes, the whole company will be transformed into modern ninjas. Only his best friend knows who he really is, but what he doesn't know is, in fact, his wife is also a master among masters. She often accidentally uses her lightning skills while running in the morning. Neither of them knows each other's true identity, and they grew apart in their humdrum lives. His sister, who is also a ninja, doesn't like their marriage. A female expert and ordinary people certainly do not get along. And the next day, the woman received a new mission. She is ordered to assassinate a senior counselor. At the same time, her husband's company is mobilized because they had received a tip-off. They would protect the congressman. The two happen to be on opposite sides of the fence. The woman arrives at the secret base to prepare the guy, ready to start the next day. When she gets home, she sees her scruffy husband playing video games. She was even more bummed when she heard that the man had asked her to prepare dinner. What makes her even more angry is that her husband doesn't eat the dinner when it's ready. Plus she saw her favorite book being used for the table foot. The two of them had a fight again, and the man is fed up with this kind of life. He remembered the happy times they used to have. The one sweet to had come to this point somehow, and his wife did say before, this is the book she cherished since she was a child. He decided to try to salvage the relationship. He sincerely apologized to his wife, and offered to go to the restaurant where the original date was at 7 p.m. Seeing the man's sincere face, the wife agreed. In the afternoon, the wife begins her mission. She managed to infiltrate the congressman's house via a drone, but the sound of the drone was just detected by the keen man. He throws a dart. The woman was surprised by the sudden destruction of the drone. Unbeknownst to her, it was her husband who did it, and when she looks at her watch, it's almost time for her appointment, so she rushes to pack for it. But the senator is alerted by the drone and asked the men to keep watch all night. Even though the man was anxious, there was no other way, and the woman was left with nothing but disappointment. That night she left the divorce papers and left. She didn't reply to the man's messages for days on end, but while he was worried, the enemy had already invaded the mansion, and colleagues are no match for each other. In pursuit, the man used darts, but to his surprise, he was easily dodged by the other side.